future for relationships between men and women is starting to look bleak.
If men don't kill themselves, they're exiting education and society and family life at the highest rates ever. Women are frantically pursuing careers only to discover that they're unable to find a partner that they're attracted to and then jump on meds at 40 years old. And then the people who want kids can't find a partner that does as well. Birth rates declining, faith in the leaders and the news organizations non-existent, and everyone's just about sufficiently sedated not to notice or care that it's going on.
Our society, the West in particular, does not want healed children. They don't want emotionally managed and intelligent labor. They want labor that is really rooted in emotionalism. They do not want an intelligent workforce. What they want to do is have these men in such a arrested development state that they become almost tribal. Okay? And when you have animalistic behaviors, what you do is that you keep the fear going. Because I've heard men say that the greatest fear that they have is not exist anymore or going extinct, which I think is absolutely ridiculous because you're here. Sometimes they be saying stuff like, but the one thing that I'm very curious to see is that this whole talk of this crises dealing with men is simply because if they heal men, they will have healed relationships. And healed relationships create healed children and emotionally intelligent children. And you can't profit with intelligence. Black children, black families were the pilots population for that since the 70s. So we were the pilot group before all this stuff rolled out. So let's disable the mental and spiritual and financial state of the black man. Let's create that. And so now the women are unhinged and having children and putting, they've already piloted this before the great rollout, which is what we're starting to see. Let's disable the financial, the spiritual. Let's do that. Now let's roll this out across all color lines, because now we really need to profit. Y'all need to pay attention, because it's really about class. Ain't gonna do race. Let's do everything about class, especially now. They need children that they can keep in a loop forever. They need labor that they can keep in a loop forever and ever and ever and ever, so that they can consistently stay under a class system where they'll never ever leave. So instead of having, universities and colleges, because the plan is to do away with the Department of Education, if you read Project 2025 and that whole little document thing, what has happened is they want to do away with that formal education, that academia track, and they want to do more corporatocracy, which is rooted and grounded in having labor that is indoctrinated under a Walmart University or an Amazon high school. So they evil chatting. So my whole point is the men, all this propaganda that's going on online about men's crisis and men are just not happy and they're not going to school. The message now is not to do anything, but to have women to bend and compromise. Because women, if you can get the soul of the woman to feel sorry for these men, you might get them. There's a lot of women that are very vulnerable, and especially younger women. I think 35 plus, I think we pretty much got the point. But the girls that are coming up, I'm a girl mom myself, and I'm constantly having conversations with her as well. And I do believe that her generation is going to be a lot more susceptible, I hope I'm saying it right, susceptible to falling under the radar or falling under the conversation or the propaganda that, you know, these men are just this and they're very, like, we just have to, oh, like, we feel sorry for them and maybe we need to help them. And then there you go. Because these men aren't healing. They're going to get these girls and they're going to mess them up in the head. There's going to be a lot of abuse. And then the women are just going to feel so sorry. You know, well, you know, he hit me because of this. And, you know, he did this to me because, and I just need to. So you're going to have those types of relationships because of the lack of emotional development and emotional intelligence. The focus is never to have an intelligent workforce. It was always centered around emotionalism. Just saying.